Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Satisfactory. If you haven't seen the last episode, watch it. You're gonna be a little confused about what we're doing right here. Or maybe not, you know. Either way, we're getting right back into it here. We got the slightest bit, just the slightest bit of automation. Not enough space in inventory. That makes perfect sense. And we are about to get the next level of our hub. I don't think that this one allows us to get conveyor belts. Conveyor belts, you know, gotta love them, right? Everybody's a fan of conveyor belts, especially in automated games. As a kid, they fascinated the mind. You go to an airport, what are people standing on? Conveyor belts, brother. No joke. Sorry, do I have you making ingots, right? We probably could, I mean, you're forced to make ingots. That makes better sense. I could have a constructor making plates, so we don't have to make plates ourselves. And that's probably extremely wise, but optional, temporarily. Like, let's see. Constructor. Costs us another reinforced iron plate. We'll wait on that. But we'll probably make them as soon as we move on to this next section here, because there's not really much reason for us to be manually crafting, you know, 75 iron plates. Like, this kind of is, I wouldn't necessarily call it dumb, but, you know, maybe like a little bit. I actually think I will make a constructor. Well, the problem with making a constructor right away is we still have to manually pick up the ingots and then drop them in here. But then at least we don't have to spend, you know, 2 seconds for every plate going tung 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 da 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 dum. That's Ooh What a Night by April Wine. Canadians in the comments, hit me up. Alright, so you go to the smelter over here, you toss your iron in there, you're giving me ingots, and then I'm coming over here. It is going to take us a minute to get 75 of these, but the great thing, and this is why, you know, part of the reason I think at least that automation games sort of capture the mind for a lot of people, is that, are you out of raw mats? Or you know you're full of copper, okay. Is that, you know, there's always something being done while you're doing other things, you know what I mean? Dude, this guy, he's in love with his drill. And I gotta be honest, I can't blame him, dude. So while, you know, in other games, you know, if you're not chopping down a tree, no wood is being gathered. In automation games, you know, while you're chopping down that tree, you got another 20 things on the go. I'm just gonna wait for this to smelt 2 more so that I can clear up some inventory space. Like so. We got way too much copper. But that's okay, because we're going to get conveyor belts soon, and then our inventory no longer needs to serve as, like, the surrogate to get things going here. We're so close. Again, we probably should make a constructor, but I mean, it's like, I'm not saying it's not a big deal. It's more along the lines of just, like, we're doing it by hand temporarily, and then, you know, because we gotta... You know, I can make some iron rods, and then the rods will make screws, we'll make a reinforced iron plate. It'll set us back temporarily in order to jump us ahead in the future, but I'd rather do it at a time that it's more, it seems more prudent, if that makes sense. So in the meantime, let's just take care of, like, bare minimum sort of, like, maintenance level stuff. So, where are we at? Leave, 44 leaves. I was thinking we'll grab these, and we'll get a little glimpse of how our base is doing here as well, so... We'll just grab these leaves and we'll convert those into little extra biomass. Then we'll put the rest of the leaves back in our inventory, because inventory space is pretty limited so far. And how you doing? It's taken almost no biomass so far. And you can see we're only, it's 4 per smelter for consumption. So there's really like nothing to worry about right now. We still got a lot of capacity for power. All we need is enough iron to produce. This will give us just enough, thankfully. Beauty. And you might be wondering, why am I not expanding my base right now? Well, you know, there's a case we've made I probably should be, but I don't want to expand until I get the automatic miners and conveyor belts, because, you know, all this stuff for now is a little temporary.
You have
Alright, build conveyor belts now. So... what we're going to do now, do we have conveyor access? We do. Conveyor belts cost iron plates. So we're oh so close to being And we need more ore. 1 second here. We're oh so close to being where we want to be. So how do you do this? Well, for now it actually kind of sucks. Because we still need the automatic miner. And I don't think we can build that yet. Yeah, I think we need one more level, unfortunately, until we can make the automatic miner. But we can at least get the start of our kind of base going here. So I'm gonna have this smelter. Let me make some iron plates to demonstrate how this is gonna go. And we're actually gonna need reinforced iron plates as well. So we'll need some more screws, which means we'll need some more iron because we need some more rods, because we need some more screws. You get the idea. We're very close, and I know I've been saying this for a while, but we're very close to not having to do this stuff by hand anymore. Okay, so now that we have these reinforced iron plates, we should be able to make a constructor. And very simply, this is going to make iron plates for us. Oh, sorry, we're missing cables. That's not a problem. We're like extremely rich on copper. We have like way too much raw copper ore, actually. But it's not a problem for the time being. So this is gonna automatically make iron plates. We probably would need one at some point that'll automatically make iron rods as well. But we need plates for now, I think, a lot more encroaching others' clearance. Ah, that's right. We should put it over here anyway. We should be okay making iron rods by hand when necessary for screws. So now that we have a constructor, here's what you do. You go to you pick those leaves, get that out of here. Have the constructor automatically produce iron plates, and then all of a sudden, it's your magic. Once we get just a couple more iron plates, we got magic happening. We got automatic iron plate construction. We should at least. Sorry, did I? There we go. So, this is automatically going to feed iron ingots into this thing. And then once this thing has power, it's automatically going to turn those iron ingots into... are you still... What are you doing here? You got no iron ore in you. So there's still one extra level of annoyance, and that extra level of annoyance is very simply that we need to manually move the ore from the miner into this thing. But for now, you know, you can see for yourself, we got ingots automatically becoming plates, and you know, we don't even have to worry about this. Every minute, 30 of these are going to be produced for now. So what do you need to get the next level of hub upgrade? 75 iron rods, 100 iron plates, and 20 concrete, 17 cables. So our copper production is totally fine. I think we'll just probably manually get limestone. Do we still have a bunch in our inventory? Limestone. I always forget where limestone is here. Yeah, so we should be able to make the concrete already. Concrete's real easy. Again, those portable drills, we're gonna convert them, and I mean we use them in the conversion process, so we probably should have put more down, but we use them to produce the automated drills. So honestly, like we probably could fairly easily make some more, but we probably want to automate iron rod production. And that's going to take us a minute here. So if we want to automate iron rod production, we would make a portable miner, which we're going to use later. I promise you we're going to use it later. Never fear. That requires, can't remember if it was wires or cables, so let's just make a few of each. We could put that in our to-do list. I mean, there's no reason not to, except laziness, essentially, which can be viable enough in its own right from time to time. And the one thing I don't know is how quickly these iron sources will run out, you know? So we probably would like... Wait, what's this over here? Is this a second iron source? Is this copper? No, dude, this is iron. Okay. This is actually beautiful. I'm so lucky and surprisingly blessed, I think, to have 2 iron sources over here. So we're just gonna... We have to remove this big, you know, thing at some point anyway. We might as well do it now. And then This area right here is going to become iron rod production. Now, unfortunately, we are going to have to expand our power ability in the future, probably by making another biomass generator. So what do we need? We need a smelter to get ingots. Can't afford it because we need iron rods. The irony, dude. And I didn't even mean that in the sense that, you know, haha. We have a few in our inventory as is. So we'll make iron rods out of those. And these guys they're probably out of base level materials. That's also fine. You know, this is genuinely actually the last step. Because once we get the next upgrade, we have access to mining drills that can actually output on conveyor belts. And then the whole system can just be set up for us in a beautiful fashion. So, we need to make a smelter. And that smelter, I don't really care where it goes necessarily. That's going to need to be hooked up to power. And then we need a constructor. And a constructor requires reinforced iron plate. You know what? I'm just going to have you produce ingots for now. And we do have to manually go over here. This is probably a step too far, but that's the thing. Can you really go too far in automation this early, you know? We're probably making some steps we don't need to make, but if it makes things more extendable for us in the future, then I ain't complaining, dude. So, specifically, we need iron rods. We need cables, which we already have. I'll even just slot those in right away. We have concrete. We need 100 iron plates and a bunch of iron rods. So I'm thinking probably we go grab this. I mean. And then we go over here. And you're all chunked out. So we take iron ore. Pop that bad boy right in there. You're producing some ingots. How many plates you got here? 28. Way less than I expected. But that's okay. I mean, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And you're still produced. Oh, you got no power, you dummy. That's of course. We need more cables. Okay. I mean, that's the spirit of every game of this sort, you know? You always need a little bit more. So the next step following this is definitely... well, I mean, once we get our automated miners, we're going to need to expand our power capacity. I think they might just give us a second biomass generator. Or they might force us to make one. Either way. Oh, you literally cannot connect more lines to this connection. Well, tell you what we're going to do instead then is once we... I think we might be able to... Like, if we wanted to get into serious madness, we might be able to connect a power pole to a power pole. Like, what is this connected to right now? Let me try something, okay? Your safety is not guaranteed. So we disconnect this. Power to the base is now off. Then we make a power pole. And I don't know if this is going to work. It's going to be a little messy, I'll tell you that much. Connect this to this. This to this. It did not work. Hold on. Try it again. This to this. Okay. Everything's going fine. Everything's chunking. Okay, so we now have open power spots here. So we could connect this constructor over here if we wanted to, which we definitely should. Alright, so there's your secret. Whenever you set up power, look to see if you need to do something along these lines. So this will automatically produce ingots for us now. Those ingots will become rods. And who said Northernlion can't solve puzzles? I may not be a systems engineer, business analyst type, but we're getting there, brother. Slowly but surely. We need 75 rods and 100 plates. We're getting pretty close. If there's a, and I don't know if I would call it a mistake, you know, I cringe a little bit when YouTubers go like, I think it was a real mistake for the developers to do things like this when they have like no game design experience themselves and also maybe just skip through the tutorial. Cough, cough. I'm basically deliberately insulting myself. But I do think that They should have, in my opinion, it would have been nicer if they included automated mining drills during this stage of the hub, just so that you didn't have to manually, like, babysit what's happening here. But maybe there's a reason for it that I haven't considered that is contributing to my enjoyment, and I don't even know about it yet. Sorry, let me just, I gotta check. You're at 53, so I will toss you a little bit more iron. And once we get the automated mining drills, we are ready to take off to the great white north. Even take off, it's a beauty way to go. So the only thing we do have to manually do here, and I guess, you know, we don't have to manually do it now that I think about it. Why not take this time instead, slow us down a little bit right now to get faster later. So we need some reinforced iron plates, which means we need rods in order to make screws. That's fine. Do we need more concrete to do that too? No, not at all. So make screws. Yeah. Then make 2 of these. Easy money. I hope it's easy money. Is this easy money? I hope so. Then you get a constructor. You put your constructor down like right here. And then you make some conveyors. And then, you know, over here you're going to look at this. You're going to start making iron rods. But you ain't got any power yet. So where are you at in terms of connections? You're at 3 out of 4. I think that means, and this might be an area where I'm like really royally messing it up. Our power network is looking like it's going to explode the base. This is probably it's a bridge too far. Again, I don't remember whether we need this or this. That's fine. This should work. I just don't. I want to make my power network extensible instead of making it, you know, to the point where it's just stuck. Like we can't add any more connections. So Q, power pole. We'll put this power pole here. We'll build a quick connection there. This one's all tapped out, but this one can now be used to power this constructor. And all of a sudden, we got iron rod construction that's automated as well. Okay, so now we've actually done, an awesome thing, which is our base only needs to replace all these portable miners with automated mining drills once we get to that stage. Everything else, like all the derivatives for now that we need to be produced on the regular, are being produced. So we've really hit that first level up in terms of production quality. It does, you know, it's a little annoying it's taking us this long to get here. Trust me. I'm watching the video too, you know. I'm the only person on Earth probably that's watched all my own videos. The only thing I'm a little nervous about right now is, how's our generator doing? We're only consuming 16 megawatts, which is great, because our capacity is 12, but, or sorry, our capacity is 20. But it definitely, it makes you think, you know? We're getting a little up there. So I'll just wait here. We only need 4 more plates. We need 1 more plate. Good stuff. And then, see how many rods we got. We got 19 rods. And I've got a crap load of iron ingots just sitting in my inventory doing nothing. So, let's convert those into rods until we have 75, which we're definitely going to have enough for. I know we already have the other thing making rods over there, but we're not doing anything else with the ingots anyway. So this is a huge level for us. This is a big milestone. Put 75 rods in, 100 plates. By hand, that would have taken us like an hour and a half. Instead, we did it partially via machine. Okay, so player upgraded, new buildings. Let's listen to this tutorial. We got a new biomass generator.
New buildings, which can be found in the build menu.
Okay.
Ninth
So
objective, hub upgrade, molecular analysis.
All right.
Note, to ensure full mastery of skills and equipment.
I see, it's the final step of the tutorial. So now we can build miners. The power network can be overloaded, manage it well. Okay. We can now build miners. Miners cost concrete. In order to get concrete, we need more limestone. So let me go over here to the limestone area. It's the last resource we're mining by hand. That will change I know that copper thing is hitting me with the yellow light. That's because it doesn't. I think it's full of. Well, it's either out of copper ore, or it's full of copper ingots. We'll sort that out. You don't have to worry your pretty little head about that. We'll just sort out iron first because it's closest to the base. Probably could automate concrete production as well, but like there's only one of us. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. So, portable miners require concrete. We're actually going to need a lot more. So you know what? Why don't we have our first? Well, no, we can't. Well, because we need a portable miner to make this already. You know what I mean? So we need to like. All right, we'll start with the iron. So step one, you go over here, you grab all this, you pick up the miner. Then you go, let's make a miner Mark 1, and you dummy, you didn't realize you still need some dang old iron rods. So you're going to go over here, grab 35 of these, and the game's about to start, brother. So check this out. You put down miner Mark 1. Just want to see where we want to spit it out. That should be fine. It is going to need power. So I think this is the last one we want to put on this power line. And then we'll start working off the other biomass generator. So this thing is going to automatically mine iron. This takes a second for the drill to get going. And then... Hold on. Let me grab some ye old iron plates over here. We're going to use those iron plates to build a conveyor belt to here. And wouldn't you know it, now we got the teamwork that makes the dream work. Iron gets manually mined, spit out onto the conveyor belt, turned into ingots, turned into plates, and then we actually, once we get a little bit further, very slightly further, I think we should just have every output machine output to storage boxes, which we can already construct, I think. Yeah, and they're relatively cheap. So we'll just have all of our conveyor belts like spit out into boxes near our base, so we never have to run for it, Marty. So what's the next step? Well, we do want to do this with limestone, but we got a few other like a couple of things that will be worth sorting out first. I mean, it's an admission of failure. Anytime you're using your own chisel to mine stuff at this point in your life, you got to look at where it all went wrong. But for now, I'm willing to just tackle it like that. So we need some concrete. If we're gonna build a miner, we need a mining drill, which is, I mean, it's easy. It's right over here. We are gonna need to build some other stuff to make this work because we need to extend our power grid. But so we're gonna open you up, grab this, pick up miner, hit Q, put down a miner Mark 1. Rather have it spit out in that general direction there. And then this is going to be a friggin' mess. I love it. We're going to make a power pole. And this, there's got to be a better way to delineate this nonsense. How you doing, by the way? How much fuel you got left? 53? I'm going to need to get some more leaves probably. But anyway, step one. There. To there. So you should start manually drilling. What's your problem? Oh, because there's no fuel in the biomass generator. Alright. We'll just snag a few leaves on the way back. Keep in mind, you know, your boy NL, he might not be the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to these kind of games, but this is a multiplayer game. And, you know, for one man, I'm doing all I can here. I'm doing the best I can, I should say. So we'll toss some leaves into the ye old biomass generator. Alright, now you should be chunking over here. You know the next step following this part. Grab a little conveyor belt action. Slot it in there. A little ugly, but functional. Okay, now what's the next step, brother? Well, the next step is I'm probably going to end the video here, because the next few steps are the same thing, but they're going to take a little bit more time. We're going to automate the copper production and get conveyors going. We're going to automate limestone so we don't have to manually get all our concrete mined out by hand. But for now, Power circuit notification. Text block. My power systems have gone down. What happened, dude? We just gotta flick the switch. No problem. That's my bad. I'm overloading the power systems here. So you know what we're gonna do? Why, it's the easiest thing in the world, my friend. These drills might be pulling more power than I'd originally considered. I thought they would pull 4. They might pull more. So let me get some more cables, and then we'll fix this. We'll put this. We'll put the miners on a different drill, or on a different power grid, I should say. Just to make sure we're set here. I mean, let's be honest. I'm probably not gonna become an expert at this game, but oh, you don't say. Okay, so now you should be good to go. You're doing okay. You're doing okay. Okay, fantastic. Thanks for watching. We'll be back to automate our copper and limestone in the next video. For now, really pleased with the progress we've made so far. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. See you.